Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. Ahead of Dusshera, in the politically potent state of Uttar Pradesh, there is a lot of drama unraveling between ruling Yogi Adityanath-led BJP government and Opposition Samajwadi Party. Now, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav on Friday garlanded a bust of Jayaprakash Narayan. He was mounted on a vehicle outside his residence where hundreds of party workers had gathered. And this is after UP authorities blocked his visit to the JP International Center, citing security concerns. This is a center that he had built when he was the chief minister. Of course, work has been going on there at a slower pace. The late JP Loknayak, as a socialist leader and fierce critique of emergency has been known, has emerged as the later center of tussle between BJP and Samajwadi Party. Akhilesh Yadav, in fact, has also appealed to Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar to withdraw support to the NDA, saying that the BJP government in UP stopped Samajwadis from paying tributes to Jayaprakash Narayan, who is a socialist ideologue, and asserting that the JDU chief owes his political emergence to the JP movement. Now, this is interesting, as while this is a lot about the legacy of JP, it is also about the tussle between BJP and Samajwadi Party, SP's alliance and friendship with the Congress that JP opposed, and more importantly about the need for parties to respect each other's icons. That's what we will discuss today. We will be joined by a panel of esteemed guests, but first let's take a look at what happened today.
ये समाजवादियों का आंदोलन रुकने वाला नहीं है, इसी तरीके से लगातार चलता रहेगा.
A defining moment in UP's Samajwad. On the streets of Lucknow, a defiant Akhilesh Yadav paying ode to socialist icon Jayaprakash Narayan, now at the centre of a political slugfest in the heartland state. Overnight, this compound, housing the ideologue statue, turned into a fortress ahead of Akhilesh Yadav's annual visit to the JP Centre. But Akhilesh was a step ahead.
Akhilesh Yadav made a temporary arrangement by bringing this statue outside his residence.
A mobile statue of India's tallest socialist figure emerged from Akhilesh's home amidst a sea of Samajwadis gathered in the heart of Lucknow. Barred from entering the JP Centre yet another year for alleged security concerns, Akhilesh garlanded the effigy on the road outside his official residence.
लेकिन इधर ये सुनने में आ रहा है कि ये बिल्डिंग बेचना चाहते हैं. तो ऐसे लोग लोकतंत्र को मानने वाले लोग नहीं हैं.
In the long-drawn war for JP's legacy, today saw another battle. The BJP says Akhilesh has insulted the socialist icon he claims to revere.
जयप्रकाश नारायण जी ने अपने जीवन में कुशासन, भ्रष्टाचार, अराजकता, गुंडई के खिलाफ आंदोलन किए. श्रीमान अखिलेश यादव जी, जिन महापुरुषों का नाम लेकर के आप राजनीति कर रहे हैं, क्या उनके आचरण का छटाक भर भी आपने पालन किया है? कम से कम अपने महापुरुषों का छटाक भर ही अनुसरण कर लीजिए.
Battle lines drawn for the assembly battle now just a year away. The test of who is the real champion of the backward castes and the legacy of their great icons. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Okay, joining us now is Juhi Singh, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We have Anila Singh, who is national spokesperson BJP. We also have Sharad Pradhan, senior journalist and author. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. To you, Anila ma'am, first, JP or Loknayak was also the leader of anti-emergency movement, which also led to the emergence of so many BJP leaders that we know now. Why is the party hesitant to let Akhilesh Yadav pay his tributes to JP? And if you say that the JP International Center was not the construction is still going on, why was the work even stalled? Because JP is a national icon.
My ram to all. And I know one thing, the behavior of Akhilesh Yadav ji, like if we see the midnight drama and the ruckus which he created last night, and if I talk about today's whole drama he created with the help of his workers, what was his behavior? He behaved like a Yuva Morcha president, Youth Brigade president of Samajwadi Party.
But Anila ma'am,
He
last year
just-
too, Mr. Yadav had to climb over the gate. You know, if the UP police had allowed him, given him permission, and Lucknow Development Authority is saying that there could be insects because of rainfall, or there could be security concerns, is a little far-fetched, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is under construction. And we know it very well. This project was started by Samajwadi Party. And it was a good project. But due to their greed, the project was never ever able to complete, because time and again they kept on changing the budget size. So when Bharatiya Janata Party government came, again the inquiry was set up. And in today's date, if I talk about the Lucknow Development Authority, I think they have finalized the plan, and very soon it will be implemented. And when it is completed, then Mr. Akhilesh Yadav ji with his workers, party workers, he is more than welcome to go and pay his gratitude.
Okay.
But whatever happened today, it is not acceptable, because he had been Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, and he is the leader. He's the president of a big political party from Uttar Pradesh. He's the national president, and his behavior is not acceptable at all. Why he's trying to create ruckus to catch some media eyes? Nothing more than that.
Okay, let's get a response from Juhi Singh. Juhi Singh, how do you also see the BJP's response to this? One, questioning the conduct of Akhilesh Yadav, and also saying that, the party's ethics now are in contradiction to what JP stood for.
JP stood for total revolution, JP stood for democracy, JP stood for raising your voice against injustice. We just wanted to honor JP. He's one of the tallest socialist leader, and we definitely, I heard my friend from BJP, what does she mean by youth president? Are youth presidents not supposed to be good politicians, or young people are not supposed to be in politics? We had asked for permission. This was JP and IC was a project of Netaji, and 2004 we had laid down the stone. We garland JP on every Jayanti of his. For the past 2 years, the government has not been giving us permission, and they cited the fact that there will be insects and animals there. What are they doing, and what is, maybe my friend has the prerogative of some information that the project is incomplete, some budget or some irregularities. My dear, this is your second term of the government, and why cannot a citizen of India, you could have given permission. We were not trying to create any issue. You could have given permission to the limited number of people. JP is our ideal, and you yourself, by not granting his permission, are somewhere dishonoring his legacy. His legacy, which I thought was a shared legacy for all people who believed in socialism. So all these are excuses. The fact is that you lost your Lok Sabha elections badly. You have 10 by-elections in front of you. You are jittery. You have not done any work on the ground. Tell me, what is the stage of completion of the JP and IC? Are you not in plans to sell off this particular project, like you've done many other works of the government? And that's what you are accountable to the people for. There's unemployment, there's rising prices, and you are talking about the workers and saying that we I think we have the most disciplined workforce. And because you did not allow us, we just sat down and garlanded JP in front of where you had sent a huge battalion of policemen, you had barricaded, and yesterday you had to put tents to cover your own misdeeds as to what was happening inside that JP and IC center.
Right.
So why hide these things from the public? I mean, just come out with it.
Anila Singh, quick response from you before I go to Sharad Pradhan, because if you look at the press release, the response from the Lucknow Development Authority, it says, and I quote, the construction material is kept in an unplanned manner, and due to rainy season, there is a possibility of presence of unwanted living creatures. The site has not been found suitable for garlanding. Visiting from security point of view of Akhilesh Yadav, former Chief Minister, who has Z plus security. Clearly, there are also more people with more security. So clearly, ma'am, could the UP government clearly they could have handled it better, isn't it?
Vasudha, I'll just make 3 quick points here. Number one, just now, my good friend Yogi Singh ji, she mentioned that we are planning to sell it off. Personally, I do not have any knowledge about it. Perhaps Samajwadi Party has got some clue about it.
Yeah.
If they have got some clue about selling the project,
Yeah.
they should show it on your channel. So, okay. Secondly, I need to tell you one thing here. They are trying to preach us, they are trying to accuse us that we do not follow the ideology of great personality, Jayaprakash Narayan ji, Bharat Ratna Jayaprakash Narayan ji. And who gave Bharat Ratna to them? 1999, Bharatiya Janata Party gave Bharat Ratna to Jayaprakash ji. When Congress was in power, when Samajwadi Party was in power, did they ever try? Did they ever try? Of course not. And if I talk about the ideology, do they have any sort of connection, far-fetched connection with the ideology of Ram Manohar Lohia ji or JP? Of course not. He never ever believed in nepotism. And here is a political party or political family whose family members, more than 2 dozen, they are on powerful positions.
Right.
And if I talk about the socialism, do they believe in that? And if I because JP, he believed in the ideology of Karl Marx and Gandhiji.
Right.
Gandhiji was strong believer in non-violence. And who can forget what Mulayam Singh Yadav ji
Okay, let me get
did to
Sharad Pradhan here.
Car Sevaks.
Mr. Pradhan, as a journalist, I do believe that every government needs to also honor the icons of all political parties because, we work out of Noida. We have this beautiful, Rashtriya Dalit Smarak that, Mayawati started, or for that matter, Ambedkar International Center with the center built. How important is it for political parties not to see, politics or, in some ways, rigid ideas, limitations when it comes to honoring each other's icons?
No, that's a shame on the part of the government in power. Because nobody expects that a leader of a rival political party will be prevented from garlanding the statue of an icon who's a national icon. But BJP, the problem with the BJP is, they have not had anybody in their entire, the legacy of the party, anyone who has had any contribution towards the freedom movement. So they always try to, snatch away and take credit for being associated for whether it is Subhash Chandra Bose or whether it is JP or anyone, because they don't have anybody. They have traitors who try to sabotage, whether it is Savarkar or others. They only try to sabotage the freedom movement. They have praised Hitler. The RSS founder praised Hitler. So, for them to expect any respect out of them for a leader, for an icon like Jayaprakash Narayan is impossible. Secondly, let me tell you the reason given by the Lucknow development. Let me please complete.
Those pages have been contested, and I remember in 2018, Mohan Bhagwat said that he in some ways distanced the RSS from the Golwalkar point of view also. But Sharad Pradhan ji, also tell us this one thing, that when it comes to JP, there is no problem, right? I mean, he was also someone who was leading the anti-emergency protests, and we have a lot of BJP leaders
in which some of the top BJP leaders were also there. But today's BJP is far different from what one had seen in the form of somebody like Atal Bihari Vajpayee and others. So, today when the Yogi government, Lucknow Development Authority, comes out with a reason, it is laughable to say that the press note that they issued, the argument that was given by the government is वहाँ पे जीव जंतु हैं, इसलिए अखिलेश के लिए security threat है. Isn't it like a very, very childish and a foolish, immature kind of argument given? Hari, the man is going there, and if you are doing, what have you been doing for 7-8 years?
Right.
You have prevented, and let me tell you one important aspect that has been ignored is the fact that the center, this JP-NIC, was built by the Akhilesh government. It couldn't be completed, and when this government came, they just stopped everything there. And interestingly, the contract which was given to Akhilesh's favorite contractor at that point of time, Sanjay Seth, who runs this huge Shalimar developer, he's the biggest builder in Uttar Pradesh. Now he's fallen into the lap of some BJP. Okay. He is a Rajya Sabha member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and they are sitting over it. And the allegation is against the BJP that they want to sell it to him only.
Okay.
Which is quite possible because BJP believes in selling off everything. everything that was being created by the government.
Juhi Singh,
So it is just possible.
There is another political twist that this
Yeah.
controversy has taken, because Akhilesh Yadav has now appealed to Nitish Kumar to withdraw his support, and in some ways the BJP is saying that the Samajwadi Party aligns with the Congress Party, a party that JP was completely against. So clearly, these political twists and turns, do you think this controversy has gone beyond what we imagined it to be?
BJP doesn't know history, and BJP wears blinkers. The three people who were standing with Akhilesh Yadav ji leading the protest for garlanding and honouring Jayaprakash Narayan, that's Rajendra Chaudhary, who was there and compared one of the assemblies of JP. Then there was Ram Govind Chaudhary. Then there was Mata Prasad Pandey, people who went to jail with him. So let the BJP not tell me as to whether we believe in JP's ideology, whether we believe in socialism. Samajwadi Party and Akhilesh Yadav ji have walked the talk, and JP talked of total revolution, and the LDA is talking of insects and snakes. So have you ever visited the statue, BJP person, where the statue stands? It's all cemented, and it's a tall statue. We've been garlanding it every year, and suddenly you decide not to give budget. And your history, recent history, you sold 2 buildings of the government to certain private houses, and you also tried to sell JP and IC. I don't have to give you proof. Go and ask your administration, and go and ask your administration whether in democracy, which was the basic tenet of JP, can you tell a citizen of India whether you should garland this statue and overnight you put tins across it? Okay. Don't you dare talk about nepotism. Okay. Look at your history of BJP.
Singh, would you like to respond
look
to
at
that
the number
now?
of tickets you give to people's wives, your daughters, their relations. So whosoever gets elected actually goes to the parliament or Vidhan
Yes.
Sabha. Yes.
Anila Singh, would you like to respond to that? Because even electorally,
Absolutely,
Samajwadi Party, with 39 seats, it's an opposition that you can't completely dismiss or invisibilize in the state. Do you think that electorally this might also, impact your CM's popularity? Or do you think because there is so much insistence on rules, procedures and police action, it may actually be of advantage to him?
See, number one, we know that in Uttar Pradesh, UP CM Yogi Adityanath-ji is a popular leader, not only in Uttar Pradesh, not only in our country, but beyond the boundaries of great nation as Bharat. So he's a very, very popular leader. And if they are thumping their chest by saying, just see the results of the Lok Sabha, how did you perform and how we performed? I just have to say one thing here. ये आपकी जीत नहीं, ये हमारी हार है. And we know it. And the reasons we know very well. So in the future, if Samajwadi Party is thinking that they are going to come in power in 27, Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne. And the ideologies, if we talk about Ram Manohar Lohia ji, and if we talk about the JP's ideology as well, as I mentioned earlier, that they do not have any sort of connection, Samajwadi Party and ideologies of two great personalities, they do not have any connection. JP talks about Antodaya. And Antodaya, even we follow Antodaya. Do Samajwadi Party does that? Of course not. And if I talk about the relations of the corporates with the Samajwadi Party, I do not want to narrate the relations they have, the big corporate houses. It is not a matter of debating today.